Доброе нахуй утро вам.
Yeah, no, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, the Russian has graced me with his presence this evening.
Yay.
Yeah, no, I'm not drinking my usual Coke. I'm actually trying to get healthy. You know, that whole losing weight thing. Cheers.
Try.
Fuck off. Anyway, tonight I have a review. Holy shit, I'm at a car channel that's actually fucking reviewing a car. There's a fucking thought. Ah, my flames are running away. Trying to light a cigarette on windy days like pissing into the wind. It really doesn't work. Anyway, the reason why the Russian is out here at this ungodly hour is he decided to let me review his car. The reliable 2016 Toyota Camry S model.
Corolla.
That's what I said, Corolla.
You said Camry.
I did not say Camry, I said Corolla.
You said Camry.
I just said Corolla.
Fucking go there again.
I will review the play after the video. Anyway, 2016 Toyota Corolla S. The reliable. Yeah. Anyway. Why does the Corolla have an S mode? One. Why? Because Toyota has no sports cars at all. They killed off the Celica. The Supra has been waiting in the wings for over a decade. The Lexus LFA, that's just a Toyota in a fat suit, but we'll get to that at a later date, hopefully, one day. If you have a Lexus LFA and you're watching this, I'd love to drive it. Fuck off! Anyway.
That's my phrase.
Now, for those of you that don't know, the Corolla used to be the smallest car in Toyota's lineup. It was replaced, oh God. And it was replaced in the early 2000s by the Echo. And then when Toyota realized how much of a huge pile of steaming shit the Echo was, they released the Yaris.
Another piece of shit.
Yeah, that was another piece of shit. Sean, I would love to review your Charger, man, and the next time you are in town, give me a call. I will take that motherfucker around the block and, you know, we can do a video on it. Absolutely, I will review your Charger. Anyway. Now, this 2016 Toyota Corolla S has a few miles on it because the Russian went to the dark side and is evil KGB Uber driver. He must break you.
How else are you supposed to spy on people?
I'm telling you, he's a fucking KGB agent. Anyway. How many miles you got on your car? About what? You bought this brand new, right?
Yeah, with 3 miles. Yeah, 3 miles. 33,000.
So, in a year, he bought it with 3 miles. It's at 33,000 miles. This car has been through some abuse in a year. The average driver puts anywhere between 9,000 and 12,000 miles on their car a year. He's put 33,000 miles on this fucker. And if it's one thing we could say about Toyota, they're just as fucking reliable as Honda. The S model comes with a 1.8 liter naturally aspirated, and apparently there's trash flying around, naturally aspirated engine that is lazy as fuck. Holy Christ. This engine... You good? I just made a Russian puke. Anyway, this thing, my balls rev faster than this thing. It really does. Even though it is a variable valve timing engine, what is variable valve timing? VTEC, yo. It's got dual overhead cam. It climbs up on a higher cam to get a little bit more power. The engine doesn't want to get there. The engine, you can rev it and rev it and rev it and rev it, and it just wants to stay on the lower end of the power band at all. It gets to that 4,500 mark, that magical 4,500 RPM to climb up on the other cam, about the same time an 80-year-old man gets off after he's had 2 Viagra and a penis pump. That being said, when it finally does get there, it pulls pretty good. It's a strong pulling little motor. The trick is getting it to that point. Holy Christ. The Corolla has a few odd design choices. Yes, I know I say every car has a few odd design choices, but this one has a few things perplexing. You see, in the S model, they have spent the money to put projector halogen headlights in the front for the low beams. The high beams are yellow lights. Try and figure that shit out. Trying to see if I was getting money. I'm not. Anyway, same thing with the fog lights. They're regular yellow lights. You spent $1,500 putting in high-intensity headlights, ballasts, everything, just for the low beams? Really, Toyota?
Seems too expensive to put both high.
It may have been a little bit more expensive to put both bulbs in, but you've already got the ballasts there. You already have all the hardware you need for HIDs. Okay, how hard is it to make another mounting for an HID headlight? The ballast is already in place. Again, weird design choice. It has one of those patterned automatic shifters. Ah! At least the Nissan Frontier I reviewed last week had a straight line shifter. 2016, it's an automatic, straight line. Stop trying, no clutch, not a manual. Thank you, Mr. Regular. Don't give me these crazy ass fucking shift patterns. And why? Why, oh why, is there paddle shifters on a Corolla? Really?
S model.
Oh, S model, S model. It gets paddle shifters because it's an S model. You want to know what happens when you push sport mode in this thing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Your throttle response sharpens up a little bit. Your ride, which is already rough, this car actually has a very stiff ride. Firms up a little bit more. And traction control gets turned off on a front-wheel drive car. Now, this car does have fully electric steering. I mean, you can one finger turn this all the way to steering lock from one side to the other and not even put any effort into it. That also negates torque steer. So you really can't tell if the engine and transmission really steer the car at all. That's both a good and bad thing. It's a good thing because you won't go careening into a Jersey wall when you decide to put your foot down, but also you don't know exactly where the power is going. You just know that you're advancing forward. That's it. The seats are quite comfortable, although the front seat is cramped. How is the seat comfortable, but yet the front seats are cramped? Well, the Russian is, don't take this offensive, he's a small guy. He's stocky, he's built, but he's not very tall, he's not very wide. He's built like a brick shithouse, mind you, but he's not a very big guy. Me and him barely have enough room to sit in the front seats. I mean, we're shoulders touching. Seats are comfortable, though. All the room is in the back seat for some reason. You can open the back door, and 2-ton Tessie can get in the back seat easily and not have to suck her gut in. Again, why on a Corolla? You know, I could see having a big back seat in a Camry or an Avalon, but why on a Corolla? Because S model, that's why, bro.
No.
Anyway. What else do you get for your S model money? You get a street appearance package. Makes it look more aggressive in the angry headlights. I am angry. You get a spoiler, which is just adorable on a front-wheel drive car. Especially the size of the spoiler, because, I mean, look at this thing. The size of the spoiler is that big. I've taken dumps bigger than that. Really? What kind of downforce are you giving? None. It does have some interesting safety guidelines that I really like, though. The backup camera in this is amazing. Huge screen, amazing resolution, and it actually gives you markers on where the car should be, where, you know, the oh shit zone is. I'm about to hit that. You get marker lights on your rearview mirrors. which really works well considering those HID headlights. You won't see the turn signal coming out of the front with the headlights on. You'll see it coming off the mirrors. Okay, I like that idea. Well, how does it drive? Like I said, stiff. This thing drives like a stiff dick. You could run over a squirrel and tell exactly how many acorns it had for its last meal. But the seat does make up for that. The Russian tells me he drives this thing all night and his back doesn't hurt or anything like that. It does have cheap rip-off Recaro seats that try to hold you in position. Doesn't work well if you're a big guy like me because you got your love handles flying everywhere. But for a guy like him, holds him in the seat just fine. Now, let's talk about price. Price points. The Russian told me that when he went to go buy this car, he drove one without a moonroof. Originally. Liked the car, parked it. He got out and he saw one with a moonroof. And he's like, you know, I really like the moonroof. It is a $1,000 price difference. Yeah. $1,000 price difference. And an already expensive small car. It's not a subcompact, but it is a compact car. And it's $26,000. This car is $2,000 cheaper than an Altima SV. Holy shit. Toyota, you're a little proud of that glass you put in the roof, aren't you? Seriously? Again, though, I don't think the value is there for the car. And this is not meaning any insulting to your car, but to me, that car isn't worth $26,000. $18,000 all day long. Okay, it's the S model, $20,000. All right, let's do that. But 26, geez. I mean, I know Toyota's hold their value well, but $26,000, really? Holy shit! That's just a shit ton of money. A shit ton of money. Overall, I give the car about a 7 out of 10. It is fun to drive. It's a little cramped in the front seat. I hope whoever is sitting in the passenger seat is very small. Because if not, you're just going to be cramped. But again, there's other design cues. I guess I didn't get a chance to talk about the dash in this car. When you sit in this car, the dash rises up. And I'm a big dude. I stand 6'2". I felt short driving this car because the dash rises up a full 3 to 4 inches higher than the minivan's dash.
Oh, I have a seat all the way down.
Now, well, you're supposed to have the seat all the way down in a sports car, jackass. It's called bucket seats. Your ass is supposed to be kissing the fucking marker lights.
Well, some people like to drive with the seats up.
Well, let them drive with the seats up. That's what the moonroof's there for, because their head's going to be sticking out of the damn car.
Holy.
Overall, like I said, I give the car a 7 out of 10. But who is the Corolla competing with? Ah, there's the question. Let's look at its competitors for a second. The Toyota Corolla S. Look at me, I'm a sports Corolla. Again, those two words don't fit in the same sentence with me. Anyway, the Toyota Corolla, if it's going up against Nissan, it's going to go up against the Nissan Sentra R. In my opinion, the Corolla is actually put together a little bit better than the Sentra. The Sentra's got a little bit more balls, though. It doesn't have that lazy revving engine. It really doesn't. It'll pull all the way through. What does it have on the Honda? Well, the Civic. The legendary Civic. As much as, you know, I'm a muscle guy, you can't ignore the Civic. You can't. So it's got to have the Civic Type R to contend with. Or, I'm sorry, I don't think they call it the R anymore. They call it the SI. So you have the Civic SI to contend with. That's no easy feat. And I'm not convinced the Corolla S could stand up to the SI Civic. I really don't think it will.
I raced one already.
Well, I mean, you might be able to keep up with him, but I'm talking about as far as build quality and amenities and all that. I don't think it measures up just short. Now, let's face it, an SI Civic is what, 23 grand?
Yeah, something
like 23, 24 grand. So it's $2,000 cheaper than the Corolla S.
But those were $2.
Yeah, those are 2 doors. The Corolla is 4-door. Let's step into the 4-door range then, shall we? VW Golf.
Oh, really?
It's in the same class. It's a competitor.
True. The new model, or?
Yeah. So you have a VW Golf. Well, what is the sports model of a Golf? Oh my God. Was it WR6 or Wolfsburg edition? That's got to go up against. Sorry, guys. When it comes to engineering, the Orientals or the Asians are not going to stand up to the Germans any day of the week. It's not going to happen. But the Golf is expensive. You're talking $32,000. All right, so we can't go that way. We could spend even more money and go with a BMW 1 Series. Or even a BMW 3 Series.
Oh, really?
Well, I do think the Corolla could contend with a BMW 3 Series just because of the back passenger room. I mean, again, it falls in the same class.
True.
Overall, the Corolla falls in the middle ground because, I mean, you can go the uber cheap route and go get a Dodge Dart because it falls in the same class, and everybody that watches my channel knows how I feel about that warmed over neon excrement.
But the Dodge Dart, they have a problem from the time they lit the fucking factory.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the problem is Dodge's 3.0 liter V6 is garbage. What was the standard engine in the Dart? The 3.0. You get one with the 3.6 that only came in the GT, you're running a little bit better. What's Chevy got to compete with it? The Sonic. I owned a Sonic. It ain't standing up to that. It's not. What's Ford got to compete with it? The Fiesta ST. Oh, there's another heavyweight. I don't think that would stand up to a Fiesta ST. But the only reason that's not going to stand up to the Fiesta ST is because the Fiesta ST is what? Turbocharged.
This one's not.
Yeah, this one's all engine. This one's NA. So, it falls right there in the middle ground. You know, but at the end of the day, while the Corolla S is a nice car, this is just going to become a road warrior. It really, we're going to have to see. I don't know if you plan on keeping it a few more years, how well this car handles up in a few more years after it's gotten a couple of dings and dents and some more beating on it. It's a nice car now, but will it stand the test of time? Most modern cars don't. I mean, nobody's going to be restoring this in 20 years.
No.
So, overall, I give the car about a 7 out of 10. It's a strong contender. It's the middle ground. You know, there are a lot of other heavy hitters. They're a little bit pricier. There are a couple cars cheaper than it that, well, if you want to go cut corners, you can. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. If you have a car for me to review, or you have a car you want me to see me to review, just hit me up on Facebook or give me a call. Most of you guys have my phone number anyway. So just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to review it. Y'all have a good night.